Genesis season is here, and it's very exciting because what happens in Genesis season? Well, obviously, it's the normal season that is Genesis, but also we have upcoming Genesis week. That's next week, and it's very exciting. So we did have this post that dropped late last week. Let's review it. You can take a look at everything that is upcoming for the Genesis season. Not a lot's going to change here as far as from a season standpoint. A lot of what's happening during Genesis season will be during Genesis week, but we do have a full season, so we will have a separate announcement for everything coming in Genesis season, so stay tuned for that. Again, season is June 1st to July 15th. June 1st to July 15th. It just kicked off yesterday. Now, the season does tie around 4 stories that we're going to see. This is the Knight, the Pirate, the Cyborg, and the Special Forces. You can see these in our passes that dropped, each one of them. I think they're beautiful passes. I think the creative team at Upland just did a fantastic job. The identities and stories for each of these characters will be tied into lore legits, which are coming. Stay tuned. There's always a variety of way to get lore legits. You can collect the stories and go from there. Last season was our experiment season. It was our beta season of lore legits. So stay tuned. I think I love lore. I love lore legits. I love collecting lore. Well, let's see where this lore goes here with these characters and with Genesis season overall. Here is Genesis week. Genesis week starts June 9th. Through June 13th. Again, all of the events during Genesis week, there will be a separate announcement for this. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss that. A lot of fun stuff coming during Genesis week. A lot of activities. One brand new mode that is coming that's going to be very exciting. There's a couple shadow drops in there that will be some quality of life things that I think you'll be pleasantly surprised about. And then some stuff, who knows? I don't even know about them, that will be discussed during Genesis week. So very, very exciting. Always a good time. Everybody, regardless of whether or not you've burned a season pass or burned a Genesis week pass, everybody has access to every event and live stream during Genesis week, bar none. So stay tuned for that separate announcement and an upcoming schedule from there. Now, the Genesis season city, because it's Genesis, the season city is San Francisco. That's right. The official launch city is San Francisco. So there will be marquee competitions happening throughout the season and Genesis week in San Francisco, culminating in San Francisco. However, we will also be focusing on other seasons or other cities this season as well, doing a couple things at once, focusing on and celebrating the uniqueness that is the Genesis city of San Francisco, but then also building up other cities and having events and activities in other cities as well. But for all intents and purposes, the official season of Genesis or city of Genesis is always San Francisco. We're trying to have as many events in there as possible. Not all of them will be in there though, so stay tuned and check that out. Now, season-long challenges, none of this changes. This is the same as every season. Neighborhood ratings, Genesis collectors challenges there. The builder score will be there. And finally, gamified earnings. Each of those we'll have leaderboards attached, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Limited time events. We do have the Collect Them All challenge. Collect all 4 of the characters in the season pass for a special collector award. We will have a structure ornament challenge. That will be later on this season, a season decor challenge as well later on this season. There will be multiple official cart challenges. This is something that we kicked off last season. We're going to continue with it this season. And then last but not least, a ton of events during Genesis week, which is June 9th through 13th. Finally, we will have a major new city here. And I love this image here that was created for the major new city because the theme of Genesis season is gamification. It's gaming. It's toys and the nostalgia that is toys and playing with action figures as a kid and toys. And this world map you can see is the toy. We will get a major new part of the world. It says never before seen in Upland. So stay tuned. And that does us for Genesis season. Again, the theme I think is very interesting and fun. You can see it right here. These are basically action figures for each of the characters, the Knight, the Pirate, the Cyborg, and the Special Forces. Going to be interesting and fun to see how their lore evolves. And that does us for Genesis, everybody. Get ready, gear up. The next month and a half is going to be all Genesis season all the time. And get ready for Genesis week. It's going to be a fun one. Have a great rest of your day, guys. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.